What's cracking, everybody? XehrFelrose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content. Today's video, we're taking a look at a fun-looking team here in the Great League featuring the vaunted Giratina Dedenne core in the Great League, submitted by Queen Mystic 143. Thank you, trainer, for the battle submission. Looking forward to these battles as a fellow Giratina enjoyer. And honestly, I look for an excuse to use Dedenne. That thing is a lot of fun. So let's check out these battles here in the Great League, starting with this first game, where we are going to have our Dedenne into... Oh, you know there's a Shadow Vic back there. And the opponent is going to swap in their Shadow Vic. How many shields does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a victory bell? Let's find out. 1 Surf, 2 Surf, Red Surf, 3 Surf. They're going to go straight for the Surf here. Now, if the opponent's counting, they know this is just a Surf and that they can just live it. It's going to be up to the opponent. So this is very good counting by the opponent, knowing that they can live that move. Queen Mystic looks to just come straight in here with the Giratina, waiting out the switch timer only by a few seconds. Getting energy here on the Giratina is helpful. If we expect there to be a Wigglytuff, this could be a very dicey endgame here. But with Giratina and Dedenne with 2 shields, looking to go for the Ominous Wind right away. So the game thankfully refunds that move and allows Queen Mystic here to go for the Shadow Ball. That's going to chunk some damage off the Bastiodon. And, oh, we're going to make it. Oh, the opponent comes in with their Medicham. And now we're going to be able to get Dedenne on the field here and get it in some use. Now, opponent only farmed up to 6 here. It's going to be completely up. Okay, going for the Ice Punch. Shield the Ice Punch. Over farm here by a bit. Could have absorbed that energy knowing that it wasn't a Psychic. But, you know, in the heat of battle, sometimes, I lose count of moves. So, oh my goodness, the player just knocks it out. Okay, now, it's all going to come down to Dedenne and Giratina. Remember, the Giratina has a Shadow Ball banked. Getting that first shield from the... Oh, this is over. Getting the first shield here from the Bastiodon. The opponent is going to take a whole... They're going to be able to get to literally, I believe, 2 more discharges here before the opponent's going to be able to get to another Stone Edge here. So, 1 move is going to go through. Discharge is going to take it down low, and then the Shadow Ball coming through from the Giratina. That's going to be all she wrote. Taking out that stupid wall face here in the first game. Well played. Getting into the next battle here. Dedenne on the lead versus Skarmory. This is a good lead for the whole team, honestly. Jellicent does very well here. Opponent gets vastly outpaced on their Skarmory. And it's going to come down to what's in the back. I bet you there's a Whiscash back there. Could be a Dragonair or a Dragonair in the back as well. So definitely going to be worth swapping out at some point. You see, the thing is, like, you have to shield this regardless because it's a Brave Bird. Even though it's resisted, that's still a lot of damage that's going to be done here. Now, I would probably have personally come in with the Jellicent here, unless they're hard reading that Dinair in the back, which most people probably won't safe swap the Whiscash, honestly, unless they have another water in the back. But we'll see what the opponent has here. Jellicent probably would have been a more consistent thing to come into, just because you don't have to start shielding Mud Bombs, right? I know the non-Shadow Giratina has better play into because you still can live 2 Mud Bombs, but the opponent now gets to escape with shield advantage, which really feels bad. So the opponent, I believe, yeah, we'll see what the opponent has in the back. They have their Skarmory still back there, but Giratina should be able to get to a Shadow Ball here. Oh, we're going for the Ominous Wind. Oh, no, you gotta go for the Shadow Ball. They might not have known they were going to get to it, playing it safe, going for the Ominous. I don't mind it. And your whole team does very, very well into this thing. So Dedenne comes straight out, fires off the discharge right away. Remember, the opponent only went for a Brave Bird. Went for it pretty quickly here. Jellicent's going to come in, and the opponent has a Poliwrath in the back, so there was another water in the back. And I guess that's why they had to safe swap in the Whiscash, because otherwise they sure as heck weren't going to come in with the Poliwrath. So once you see the whole team, I guess it makes more sense. But this is Jellicent and Dedenne's game here for sure. Jellicent obviously doesn't have any shields, but definitely doesn't need them, as it can just get up to a couple of moves here and then even Shadow Ball the Skarmory when it comes back out. Or we could just fully sack the Jellicent here. Dedenne gets some farm, right? I mean, this is a good thing here. So we're gonna go for the Surf and undercharge. Interesting here. Maybe trying to get some more energy here. Waiting out the switch timer for Dedenne to come back in and get to that discharge. That was a very nice play here. Looking out to get Dedenne on the field as soon as possible without that attack buff. The opponent looks to have closed the app out of frustration, and that's, you know what? Dedenne. That's all I gotta say about that. Good game. Getting into the next battle, got a tricky lead here with a Shadow Alolan Sandslash. You've been struck by a smooth Dedenne. That's I was trying to think of the title in my head there. All right. So going for the discharge here, going to do quite a bit of damage. Dedenne is pretty attack weighted, looking for a catch, but may not have gotten it as the opponent farmed up one past. Oh no, it was the Ice Punch. That's fantastic. Now they're going to stay in for a little bit longer. Try and fire off that Drill Run. Now, Surf would definitely knock out from here. Drill Run would be kind of, you know, kind of sus. Going in with the Dragonite. That Dragonite has Dragon Tail. That is very unfortunate because they're able to sneak in a whole Dragon Tail there. Whereas if it were Dragon Breath, the opponent would not have gotten that free energy, and we would have been able to get to one other move here. So they're going to end up going for the Shadow Ball here, and maybe this is the time where we swap the Dedenne back in because it's going to be able to wall the energy. No, the opponent takes a shield advantage and lets it go. And the whole... Oh, this Slash farm. Oh, this hurts so bad. Because no matter what you bring in, you have to take super effective damage here. This is a Drill Run. That's going to hurt. We're just hoping at this point that Giratina can handle... Huh? Trainer, Ground is super effective. There's a Poliwrath in the back. Dedenne has a move. All we have to do is get the shield off of this Poliwrath. Now, here, knowing that there's a move banked on the Dedenne, this is fine. Because you guarantee the damage and shield. However... if this was just Giratina left on the field, we would have had to go for the Ominous Wind here in order to pace, because the opponent now gets their second Icy Wind in 6 counters, which, as you're going to see, is right now as they get to the Ominous Wind. So they're forced to throw this energy, but because of the discharge sitting on Dedenne in the back, this is easily going to be a win here. Very nicely done, storing that energy on the Dedenne. These games are kind of wild, I'm not going to lie, dude. Like, I like this. I like the swap out bank energy and KO later. I love that play. As somebody who uses that quite often in the Ultra League, I enjoy that kind of play. And we hit the jackpot lead, dude. The whole team slaps this thing. Opponent has a Skeledirge. In comes Jellicent. This is a bad day for the opponent, I'm not going to lie. Now, what's going to be in the back? Hard to say. Hopefully it's another Fire-type Giratina can do all, and they fall for the bait. Honestly, that's a tough one. But if you ever in the future, if you ever have to worry about this matchup, just know that Jellicent can tank one Shadow Ball if it needs to, and the opponent does win switch if they're able to successfully bait twice. So it's easier to just take the one guaranteed move that you know you're going to live, and then just shield from there. Because now, if this is a Shadow Ball, the opponent... Oh, we get the luck, the bait! The opponent loses the matchup by going for the bait. This is why you don't bait, trainers. I'm just saying. This is why you don't bait. So, Surf is going to KO, keeping shield advantage, and the opponent comes in with a Venusaur. We're going to be able to get to a move? I don't think so, but it's okay because Giratina altered... Or, Origin. Goodness, if it was altered, that would be disgusting in this league. Giratina Origin comes in and is able to completely and utterly shut down the Venusaur's energy, even though 2 Frenzy Plants would come very close to, if not knock out entirely. The Shadow Ball here, and I'm not really sure how it's... Venusaur doesn't win CMP against Giratina? Yes, it does! Okay, I learned something new today. I thought Giratina Origin had a higher attack stat than Venusaur, but that's fine. Because now we just come back in with the Dedenne. The opponent has no energy at all on their Poliwrath. Poliwrath is going to get Player off to the face, and this is going to do a lot of damage. Oh! Oh, it hurts so good. Good game. All right, getting into the next battle here, we got Dedenne on the lead versus another wall-faced. Oh! We're probably going to see them play the same thing again. They're going to swap in the Jellicent. In comes the Shadow Victory Bell, and I fully expect there to be some baits. Now, I would still at least build up to the Shadow Ball if I was in this position, just because if the opponent's counting, they will know that they won't be able to get, or that they won't need to shield. The trainer could have literally not shielded that and gotten away scot-free. But that's fine. Giratina now comes in. Probably see them do quite a similar play as before. The problem here is that if the opponent gets a charge move through, I like this play a lot here to no shield this. The opponent, you know, the thing with Vic is that it actually does beat Giratina in the 2s, just straight farm down. That's how much damage those stupid Razor Leafs do. So Bastiodon's going to come back in, and it's going to be all up to whatever's in the back here. I love throwing, just go straight for Shadow Balls here, as Bastiodon's very unlikely to shield in this situation. At least not until the very last second. Now coming in here is a little dangerous. Oh, it's a Trevenant, and they caught the discharge. Oh, that feels so bad, man. If we had thrown the Play Rough here, which you wouldn't throw Play Rough into Bastiodon, the opponent made a very nice catch here. But this would have been much better for the Dedenne had they landed the Play Rough, and then they would have been able to just go straight for discharge afterwards. Now, unfortunately, not having a shield for Giratina, the Bastiodon does have a move left. I have a feeling this is probably not going to be very good for Queen Mystic here, as the opponent does successfully shield that player off, knowing that if they don't shield it, they may very well lose this game. Seed Bomb's going to go through, and there's a surrender. That's going to be a good game. Well tried. Bastiodon sucks, dude. All right, we're getting into the next game versus Gligar. This is an awkward lead, but because the opponent can outpace to that dig, and honestly, oh, not the Lanturn, dude. Oh, no. It's going to come down to what's in the back. You get hard countered in the lead, hard countered in the switch. It is what it is. You know, sometimes that's happening. This is a double ghost team, meaning that this trainer is using the Jellicent to pull out what could be the hardest answer to Giratina. Unfortunately, Lanturn is not on that list, but we're going to see what's in the back because Giratina may be able to have some play against this team. The opponent puts up a shield here, and this is really quite huge. I think Giratina just farms down. Maybe we're going for the double shield play here. Oh, no, you should have gone for another Hex. The opponent gets free energy. You got to go for that Hex in order to get close enough to that next move. Now they're going to swap out, keeping that. Oh, they're keeping the Jellicent in play for later and just locking Dedenne onto the field here. Now, the amount of energy that Dedenne gets from this farm down, the opponent is likely going to try to make, just keep switch advantage here. Perhaps whatever they have in the back does not want to see Dedenne, and that's why they didn't switch in like this. So now, however, the opponent is so far behind on energy because of that farm down that even a discharge could threaten to do some decent damage to this Gligar. The opponent shields, and now it's going to be all up to the big noodle in the back. The big Giratina noodle in the back. Let's see. They're probably going to have... Well, maybe they come in with the Jellicent here in order to force the opponent to throw. No, come in with the Giratina. Immediate switch into the... Oh, yes! Immediate switch into the Jellicent, trying to catch the energy, but instead the opponent overfarms, and all of the energy goes to waste, and here's an Annihilape. Now they come in. Can we get to the Shadow Ball before the opponent's going to be able to get to the... No! Oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks. Shadow Ball takes out Giratina.
Boom!
Oh, that's a heartbreaking loss right there. Oh, getting the farm down, I think, instead of on Dedenne would have been really huge. Dugong lead in this game here. Opponent swaps into Superior, and you have to respond with the Giratina. After getting some energy, I think it's hard to say whether you throw the Play Rough or not, because the Frenzy Plants and Aerial Aces do add up, and they're fairly quickly paced. Like, Giratina's pacing here is not great. Now, if they're just going to go straight Aerial Ace, you can live, I think, what is 3 of these pretty comfortably here. And obviously, the Vine Whips do add up after a little bit, but at least for right now, Queen Mystic's looking pretty good here. Just keeping the Superior off. I would not ever consider in my life safe swapping a Grass type in a meta with Skarmory everywhere. I couldn't fathom it, but that's okay. Hopefully it works out for this trainer. Now, they do go down a shield, but we are able to keep shield advantage, or not shield, able to keep switch advantage here, which honestly, Dedenne and Jellicent both do very well here. So, going for the Shadow Ball to get some damage off, and then in comes the Dedenne. Maybe, no, they come in straight with the Jellicent. The opponent has a Skeledirge in the back. This is huge, because they could just go straight Surf here. They'll get both shields. The Hexes will add up, and Dedenne just can easily knock out the Skeledirge after the rest of these Hexes go. Just don't shield it. Yes, I love this call not to shield this. Leaving Dedenne with the shield here is going to be the play, because you have to be careful of the Dugong with its Drill Run. That coverage could hurt Dedenne a lot, because you know Dedenne is not the most... It's not the bulkiest thing, but instead the trainer goes straight for the swap into the Dedenne here and forces the opponent to throw the energy. So they may be looking to shield the... Oh, they're shielding the Dedenne. The opponent goes for the Shadow Ball. I don't know if that was the right call, but the opponent's out of shields, and it doesn't really matter at this point. I was just going to say save the shield for the Jellicent, but at this point, Dedenne just farms down. That's going to be a good game. Very nicely played there. End of the conversation, it really is that they had 2 ways to win that game. 1 shield for Dedenne, or 1 shield for the... oh, this is really tough. 1 shield for the Jellicent. Anyway, there's a Trevenant safe swap, and this is awkward. But now, because of the fact that they took that Play Rough on the chin, now I think that Giratina just shields... Why would you Seed Bomb? You only get to 1 move, you throw the Shadow Ball, you're not getting to a second move. That I don't know, that feels like a waste. But maybe they're just trying to BM somebody. Maybe you just want to make them feel bad. Now, going for the Shadow Ball here on 3 normally would be bad timing, but I think the opponent had 1 turn entry lag because I didn't see a move sneak through there. But that's okay, because the opponent is going to be able to take out with this Dugong. But Giratina has done a significant amount of work into this team, taking out over half the team, but the opponent still has their 2 shields. And in comes Annihilape, and this is very, very comfortable for Queen Mystic, as Jellicent and Dedenne both can team up against both Pokemon here, as Dugong and Annihilape both really don't appreciate Jellicent, to be honest. Now, I think that we're shielding up a Night Slash. A very risky call, considering that Jellicent doesn't really eat Shadow Balls that well. But the opponent does actually have to go for a Shadow Ball here in order to knock out. Now, if the opponent did go for a Night Slash for a knockout here, they could switch immediately to Jellicent. That's exactly what they're trying to do. The game says, no, apparently you're not allowed to do that. But a Shadow Ball from this range might not be that good. Oh, what are they going to do? They just go for Night Slash? Trainer, what are you doing? Opponent is going to go, they're going to get to the Shadow Ball. You should just throw the Shadow Ball, dude. Just throw the Shadow Ball. What do you run, an Ice Punch? Boom, takes out the Annihilape. And I missed the button like 4 times. A Drill Run definitely does not knock out from this range. So going for a Shadow Ball after this is all we need to do here. Gonna go straight for it, and the Dugong is unfortunately not gonna be able to live this, especially not going for Icy Wind, but you wouldn't go for Icy Wind in this situation. So I'm gonna hit the button now, because I owe it to that Annihilape. Good game. All right, getting into the next battle, Dedenne versus Annihilape. Again, the whole team has amazing amount of play here, but we have to be careful of the Annihilape getting a farm down and throwing Shadow Balls into the back line here. But the opponent staying in this bad matchup and trying to catch a bait on the Whiscash. But Trainer, that's not a bait. That is a full. That is a full-on play rough. Now, Giratina's going to come in. I think you're going to have to commit to the farm down, but you're going to have to shield in order to do so, and the opponent can just go for Night Slashes after this. It just feels really bad to be forced into that situation. Again, I would probably have brought in, Jellicent to this, but they may be, they may be expecting Skarmory in the back, so that makes a lot of sense why they wouldn't. But either way, I think that we're going to be doing fine here. Skarmory comes in, is forced to eat this Shadow Ball, and between everything that's still left on the team, do you still get to a move? No, just not going to be able to make it to the Ominous Wind. That's painful. But now, I think you just come in with the Dedenne, eat the electric, or eat the flying type energy here as the electric type, and let Jellicent close out the game here. The opponent goes for the Brave Bird. That does a lot of damage. And then in comes the Annihilape. Maybe they may be trying to bait here. Jellicent absorbing the Night Slash. Not a problem. But the opponent gets the boost. Oh, no, dude. Oh, no. Why? Night Slash, the boosted Night Slash gets the shield here. Gonna start going for Surfs. I think that the Surf will be enough after all is said and done. Oh, this is gonna be so close, dude. That boost is scary. That boost is so scary because now the Annihilape is going to be able to get to a move before the next Surf comes out. Going for Surf on 2 is not good timing. Unfortunately, a free counter has gone through for the opponent, but are they going to be able to maybe catch the move on Dedenne and seal this win off the opponent? Going for the Overfarm. Are they going to throw the energy? No, they're not going to. They're going to discharge. The discharge takes out the Annihilape. The opponent didn't swap out. They thought they could get the farm down, and Dedenne says, no, man. And in comes Jellicent. They're one shy of the Surf. The Surf is going to go through, and that is going to seal it up. Why are undercharging? Huh? Just do it. Just full charge the move, Trainer. Good game. Getting into the next battle here, we got Dedenne on the lead versus Annihilape yet again. Another good lead here. I almost wonder if it's worth it to just swap out into the Jellicent and try to draw something out with this team, but they are now going for the discharge after just literally the next game after the opponent tried to catch. The opponent does shield here, respecting the play rough that it could one-shot, but I think you also have to respect the Shadow Ball back, and the opponent full sends the Shadow Ball, and I respect it. Play rough coming through. Surely they go for the play rough. Yes, they do. Play rough would absolutely annihilate this Annihilape, and is it going to do it? Are they going to shield? No, they double shield the lead here. And now it's going to come down to if they can pace to another Shadow Ball. The opponent does go for the bait here, trying to get this play rough, but I think Dedenne's pacing is a little bit better. This can't be a Shadow Ball. No, it's just another Night Slash. The opponent falls for the oldest trick in the book, not sending the Shadow Ball. Nah, and they weren't going to get to it. Play rough's going to knock him out here, and then what's in the back? I wish I could... There you go. Not the Basti, dude! Not the Dugong in the... Oh, no! Oh, this is disgusting behavior by this opponent. They're running a very good team, but why would you do this, trainer? Stop it. Bastiodon does not need to be here. It's okay. Mystic Queen has his game on lock, in my opinion. They can go up to the Shadow Ball with the Jellicent here, and then easily has Surfs available for the Basti, and they can clear the debuff that may come from a potential Icy Wind at this point. So it's all going to come down to, they go for the Icy Wind. Trainers could just swap out and clear it. You should just go for the damage of the Drill Run, but they're going to try to catch another move here and get the full farm down on the for the Jellicent. That's going to be really, really impactful damage here as the opponent now comes straight in with the Bastiodon. Is going to have to eat Surf after Surf after Surf, and the Dugong has no energy. 3 Surfs is all it's going to take here to take out the stupid wall face, and we are going to see this Jellicent fire off not 1, not 2, but 3 Surfs in quick succession here. This should do just enough damage to knock out. And it does do the damage, and then the Dugong gets farmed down here, and Jellicent is going to be able to take that game. Very, very well done. Back-to-back 4-1 sets with this team. Looking pretty strong, making some great fun plays here in the Open Great League, getting up to 2,307 elo in the ace rank. Very nicely done here, Queen Mystic. And again, thank you for submitting the battles. Trainers, if you'd like to submit your own battles to the channel for Shoutcasting, I know I've dimmed down the number of videos I do every week, but I still am absolutely open to doing Shoutcasting if I have space for them. There's a link in the description and the pinned comment for a Google form you can fill out, as well as links to get coaching on Metafy from myself and join the Patreon Discord, where you can get all kinds of exclusive early access tips, meta guides, team informations, and write-ups, and even early access to the videos themselves. That's going to do it for me for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.